A message from overturn13.org. From sand flying excitement to first-time winners, this is the sport that we love. Seeing old friends, big crowds, generations of families appreciating the grace and beauty of these athletes, to the people responsible for it all, the caretakers of these magnificent athletes, taking care of the dogs for generations. Please join us to make sure this doesn't end on January 1st of 2021. For more information, please go to www.overturn13.org to help us in our quest to overturn Unconstitutional Amendment 13. All right, Greyhound racing fans. Let's see here. I don't think that anybody can hear me. There we go. Hey, Greyhound racing fans, happy Saturday night. Little technical difficulties to start this, but hey, we'll get over them like we always do. Thanks for joining. We got something real special around the 8:15 time slot. We're going to have a live interview via phone. I'm not going to say who it is, and since I'm running behind here, we got to get right into the Greyhound race of the week. Here's last week's winner, as voted on by you guys, Pure Patriot, better known as Sam.
Here comes Rusty! That's 1, 2, and 3 coming out. Here comes the 6 with the rush. The 6 is Viva. The 2 is Pure Patriot, a.k.a. Sam. The 3 is Stormy C. And then back to the 4, Klaus. 3 has the inside. Then the 5 is Hell's Angel, followed by Meltillis. Then Little Pop and Atomic Trip. Down the backstretch they run. Sam is in front. Pure Patriot. Back to Casita Klaus. Gap to T Viva Episode. Then the Hell's Angel as they round the turn and hit for the wire. Still Pure Patriot with the lead. Sam hangs on. Pure Patriot.
Okay, unfortunately, Sam, Pure Patriot, is on the injured list and not sure if he's going to return. So then the second dog from last week, which was Bob's dog, Sirius, will go on in the tournament. And let's take a look at his race from last week.
Puts Rusty in motion. First to 15 here on a Wednesday night. Maiden runners sprint course. Front half of the double. It's now race time. Here comes Rusty. Racing in the opener. 1 out the door, best of all. 5 rushes up, 4-2, 8-7, 6 and 3. Into that first turn, and Tardy Bell Amy flashes that good early speed. 7 right there to challenge Serious Mischief. The 2 Speedballs, a 1-2, and Serious Mischief, the 1 to catch. Tardy Bell Amy there second. 5, that's Princess Toria, 8. And that is KMJ Schuyler as we kick for home. And Serious Mischief on a nice lead. Tardy Bell Amy gives chase. 7, 1, 5, and 8. It's all the 7. Serious Mischief.
Okay, so Serious Mischief will go on in the tournament. If Sam should come back, Pure Patriot, we will automatically put him back in. But here's how this shapes up right now. We've got Paint the Trail, Swamp Yankee, Jackrabbit Slim, Patsy Sly Cooper, Flamenco Dancer, You Wasco-y Wabbit, Max Trudeau, Cherokee Fiddle, LK's High Pockets, PRM Arkansas, JS Boomtastic, BD Badger, Kentucky Fly, Serious Mischief, Aaron Solo, and KB's Brawler. You may notice Max Trudeau is in there because he did win the Naples 550 back in January. He's automatically in there, and let's go revisit that race.
In motion. Here comes Sparky. And away they go. Very sharply from the outside to 7, Kanomi. 2 on the inside, MW's T-Rex. 1 follows, the 1 gets a nice benefit here. That's Max Trudeau, but number 7, Kanomi at an amazing 4-1. Takes him down the backstretch with a 4-length lead. The 1's next, in comes the 4, JD Revelation. Nobody but the 1 and the 7 in sight. Down the stretch they come. Here comes the 1 on the inside. Number 1, Max Trudeau. In front at the Naples 550.
That was great to watch that race live, and well deserving of a spot in this tournament. Also, here's his race from last night.
Here's Sparky. TAA Greyhounds are out of the box, and the 14th race is on its way. Out to an early lead. It's 2, 1, 6, passing the grandstand for the first time. 2's in the lead, 6 in second, 1 in third. Into the final turn. It's 2, 6, 1, on to the back stretch. 2's in the lead, 6 in second, 1 in third. Into the final turn. It's 2, 6, 1. On to the home stretch. 2's in the lead. And is going to take home the win with 6 in second, 1 in third.
Okay, that was a great win. All leading all the way. You wouldn't be able to tell it by their track announcer. Sorry. Not sorry. That's pretty bad. And speaking of that, the guest announcer, I am still working on that. Unfortunately, day jobs do get in the way sometimes of what we do. All right, so let's get into this week. We've got 4 for this week, and interesting. First one up here is Flat Chat Cuppa, a.k.a. Yodel, who basically was on the verge of retirement and basically then told her owner, hold my beer.
Here comes Rusty.
That's 1 and 8 breaking out on top. There goes the 8. That is Yodel ranked to the lead. And the 4 is played again. Back to the 1, Better America Elite. And it's the 2, Megan Rapinoe. And then Superior Kelly, followed by you and Kale. Down the back stretch they round. That is Yodel. Showing a lot of run today, way out in front of the 1. That is Better America Elite. Then the 4 is played again. 2's moving up, Megan Rapinoe. Then it's Craigie Kale as they round the turn and hit for the wire. Yodel, a.k.a. Flat Chat Cuppa, has outclassed this field.
And if that wasn't enough, she said, here, further hold my beer.
Here comes Rusty.
That's 1 breaking out on top. That goes Yodel right to the lead. That's Flat Chat Cuppa. Here comes the 3. That is Jerry Lewis, another early speedster, back to Kodak Black. And then comes Arkins BB Kugel back to Ebbing Tide. 8's moving up the outside. Amazing Gunner. And then it's back to Obi's Electro as they head out of that final turn. Yodel has the lead, looking for 2 in a row. Then it's back to number 6. That's American Crazy as they round the turn and hit for the wire. It's still Flat Chat Couple. Here comes the 6. Yodel hangs on for 2 in a row.
So yeah, Yodel gave her mommy a big hold my beer chant. So that's 2 in a row for her. So that is the first dog this week. Our second dog is Kanga Kalinaroo.
Here comes Rusty. Away and racing in the second. 4 out the door, best of all. 2 rushes up, 3, 6, 8, 7. 1 on the off-stride, 5. And Wanna Be a Champ on the lead. Deuce is Kanga Kalinaroo, 3. Harkins Miser, it's 4, 2, 3, 8, 7, 6, 1, and 5. Down the backstretch we go. And the champ, the one to catch. Kanga Kalinaroo sits second, gap of 5 lengths back to the 3. Harkins Miser, 8 on the rail. Monte Carlo, 4, 2, 3, 8, 7, 6, 5, and 1 as we move for home. Wanna Be a Champ's been there for the jump. Kanga Kalinaroo's inching closer. 3's getting involved. 2 pokes a nose in front. 3's flying down on the rail, but the Deuce has enough left. Kanga Kalinaroo.
Okay, Kanga Kalinaroo is number 2. Now dogs number 3 and number 4 are both in the same race. Check this one out. We have WW's Malort and Oh Yeah Peanut.
There's an air on the move. Race 13. It's post time. Dolphin racing in the double quinella at the break. 4, 7, 2, 5, 3, 8, 1, and 6. WW's Malord, Baronski beat the 5 Colby's Quiver. It's 4, 7, 5, 8, 1, 3. They'll head for home. WW's Malord and Bronski beat Colby's Quiver. Races third, now moves up on the inside. 4, 7, 3, and 5. WW Malord, it's close.
Okay, that would end up to be a dead heat. And here we got a little bit here that I did a little slow-mo on the finish. Look, check this out. Muzzle to muzzle, right there. Muzzle to muzzle. All right, so those are the 4 for this week. We're going to do all 4.
It for the wire. Yodel, a.k.a.
So number 1, we got Flat Chat Cuppa and Yodel.
Last this field. Around the turn, it for the wire. It's still Flat Chat Couple. Here comes
2 in a
the
row.
6. Yodel hangs on for 2 in a row.
Kalinaroo's inching closer. 3's getting involved. 2 pokes a
Kanga
nose in front.
Kalinaroo.
3's flying down on the rail, but the Deuce has enough left. Kanga Kalinaroo.
Now moves up on the inside. 4, 7, 3, and 5. WW Malord, it's close.
And that's WW Malort and Oh Yeah Peanut. So the poll will be up about 8:30. Vote for your 4 for this week. And on the phone right now, I do have Chris Metz, who is the owner of Yodel. Chris, can you hear me?
I can. How you doing? How's things bad?
Okay, sorry. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay, cool. So how you doing?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Good, good. Nice to see.
How's the fight doing for Overturn 13?
I'm pardon?
How's the fight for Overturn 13? We doing well on that?
Yeah, we are doing well. The lawyers are looking to file hopefully by the end of July. So we shall see. We're going to take a shot at this. We're out there pounding the pavement, a lot, and a lot of people donating. Last auction went well, thanks to you and all your donations.
That went high.
Yeah, a lot of
That was unbelievable.
a lot of people like taking your dog's toys there. So they're always fun. It's too bad that like I say we're having to do this, but on a lighter note, there may be people. We're getting about 400 views a week, even though we don't have that many viewers live. Saturday night's probably not a good night to do this with everybody working in the kennels, but just out of curiosity, I have a lot of questions, and there may be people who may stumble across this video who aren't familiar with Greyhound racing. I know how you got involved. First, you were involved in adoption. So how did you first get involved into the adoption?
Oh, 1998, I adopted Holly, my first Greyhound.
And
It was love at first sight, and I went through the anti-racing kind of ideas, and then I said, I was invited up to a kennel up in Seabrook, and in fact, Captain Lacasse was the person who let me in to see her kennel, and said, well, there's no abuse here, so I kind of looked around and couldn't find any, went to farms, did all sorts of investigating, and said, it's not true. And then ultimately, settled in with raising money for the adoption groups and saying, after, I guess, 9 dogs, saying to Mom, why are we always adopting somebody else's dog? Why don't we try buying one and see what happens? And we wound up purchasing Yodel.
yeah, that was my next question. How did you get it? How did you really get involved? How did that play out?
Because I wanted to adopt my own when she was done. I've had 9 Greyhounds. Yodel's my 10th. And from start to finish, she has her own bank account, which has a nice chunk of change in it now, and it's her money when she's done. If she needs vetting, it's there. I hear that she has an unbelievable love for shank bones. So I think I'm going to be buying cases of shank bones and learning how to cook them, because I've never cooked bones before. I usually give them raw.
Well, that's interesting. Well, and for those of you that don't know, that Yodel Flat Chat Cuppa did win the Bob Balf Puppy Stakes back in 2018, and we're gonna show you a little bit about Yodel here in a second. Question I have, and maybe a lot of other people have: what is the origin of the name Flat Chat Cuppa?
Flat Chat Cuppa. I love for Australian slang, and my mother's love for coffee combined. My mother drinks coffee as if it's a race to the finish, and she usually wins because I'm a slow coffee drinker. And flat chat means going full speed in Australian slang. So I kind of put 2 together, and Flat Chat Cuppa is what she became. And Yodel, the reason why she's called Yodel is because I have a brewer. But there's so many dogs named Roo, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do something that was different. And I felt like my one dog, Trickster, yodeled to her sister out on the farm when she was growing up. I would leave for work, and there was a chorus as I was going out the door with Trickster, and I thought, you know what? I want to bridge that together, so I bridged Yodel with Trickster, and that's how she got her name, Yodel. That's my dog, Yodel.
That's a great name, and I'll tell you, I'm going to put in a plug here for the Palm Beach Kennel Club is running a charity poker tournament to benefit us, support working animals, and overturn 13. So I will be on Palm Beach on the 22nd, 23rd, 23rd, 24th, and leaving the 25th. So I'm hoping at some point there I'll have to check and see if Yodel's racing, and hopefully get down to the track and maybe live stream that.
That would be great.
For those of you who don't know the Yodel story, let's just take a second here. Well, it's probably a couple minutes, and here, take a look at the Cinderella story of Yodel.
Now from the Bob Balf Puppy Stakes, there goes 6 right to the lead, Pequena. Looking for the upset. Here comes the 8 Flat Chat Cuppa. Then it's the 7, that is JT's in the bank. Here's the 1 at the inside. I got 5 on it. The 3 is moving Turbo Sibley. And then it's back to the 2 Racing Wishes. Then it's the 4 Buys Wonka. And Amazing Chick as they head on final turn. Yodel has a lead, Flat Chat Cuppa. But here comes Sibley. Then back to the 6 Pequena as they head for the wire. What a Cinderella story. Christine Metz, her first racing Greyhound, gets a stakes victory.
All right, as you guys saw that, that was Flat Chat Cuppa winning the Bob Balf Puppy Stakes back in 2018. And we're going to continue here with Chris. So, Chris, you saw that video, and, I know you were with Marianne and a few other people, and hugging and screaming and jumping up and down. What were your feelings at being a first-time owner and all of a sudden seeing your young pup crossing that finish line for $20,000?
Well, pride and pure disbelief. She was not one that was going to win. It was supposed to be Bizwanka, who was undefeated. And I was shocked and amazed, and Marianne was the one who said, she can do it. She's going to be your stakes race winner. And again, I wasn't sure. I rooted for her along the 4 preliminary races, but I just kept on saying, nah, never. I bought a puppy for the farm, sight unseen. What do I know about racing? And here she was. She wound up winning in pride and pretty much joy. And I have her blanket here. I have her trophy here. I have a bunch of stuff from her already, lined up, and a little collection of Greyhound stuff. Some adoption, now some racing. Kind of fun.
Yeah, and then earlier in the week, I thought I saw a comment on Facebook that you were thinking about retiring her, and it looks like she basically told you, hey, Mom, you hold my beer here twice.
That was more like, hold my bone. I'm not coming home yet. I always said I wasn't in this for the money. I was in this just for the glory of having my own dog run, enjoy her life as she was born to do, and then when she was done, bring her home. So I saw her, gradually going down in grade, and I was kind of saying, especially to Marianne, who's my buddy in crime since she owns Sam, that maybe it's time. I think she's a pet. She's looking like she's a pet. She's looking like she's done racing. She doesn't feel like doing it, and I don't want to push her for the last minute, for the last bit of energy she has. So I said, why not just bring her home? And I started, I talked to Monica. Oh, she's young. That's Monica's a trainer. She's young. She has a ways to go. And so it was in the back of my mind. And I had actually made a deadline of the 15th, because she turns 3 on the 15th of June, that if she didn't show that she wanted to win, I was going to talk to Monica seriously about bringing her home. And she fooled me twice in a row. But she doesn't usually win races twice in a row. She's usually one race, and then she takes a break and wins again, because it's kind of an up and down type of thing with Greyhound. So she's running tomorrow, and she has her dreaded 5 box. But I have faith that she's going to do better.
Yeah, as long as she
5 box.
as long as she goes around that track safe, that's all that matters at this point. I mean,
safe, yeah.
Yeah, they can't win every race.
I would seriously love for her just to win once in the 5 box to see if she could do it. She's been in that box 12 times. 13 is going to be her lucky charm.
Well, hopefully, good. I'll try and catch that tomorrow. Yeah,
that 15 around 4:30.
Yeah, and I go back and think about it, and I'm gonna put Chris and a few other owners are up on the KeepGreyhounds.com webpage, and her whole story is there along with a bunch of others. And I remember seeing the picture that you put up. That first off, we know that you wanted a black dog because you were honoring your first dog that had passed away, of course, a long time ago.
Yes.
And you had the choice of 2, and I believe you said you were just looking at pictures from Bob Crossland.
Yes. There were two females in that litter. A little girl that was kind of shy looking, although from rumor has it she's not that shy. Her name is DJ Summer. And there was Yodel. And Yodel just had this very proud stamp. And Bob's wife, Debbie, had her in a kind of in a neck grip because I think she wanted to take off. So and her stance, there's a picture of Holly where she always stood very proud. And there was this little tiny thing, it was 3 months old, very proudly standing there. And, I just said that's, I think Mom was the one that said that's the one that I think we should purchase.
And you're basically You're just an average Joe or Josephine like me, or
I'm an adopter. I am an adopter first and foremost. I will always be just an adopter.
and that's what I've run. That's what I've run
This is
across.
just something to do for fun.
And that's what I've run across. People are doing this for because the dogs love to run. And this is the story that people don't hear. And hopefully, somewhere down the road, somebody who doesn't know anything that needs to make up their mind about the sport of greyhound racing listens to this and really knows that. There's these big kennels out there and they're in it for a profit. But in the 2 years that I've been meeting people, and everybody knows, if you don't know, I'm not connected with the industry in any way, shape, or form. I have 3 adopted retired racers. I don't have a racing racer, never thought about it until maybe now, if we can overturn 13. But there's a lot of just everyday people like Chris and I and everybody you see on Facebook that has a racer, and they're not looking to make money. I mean, they're not quitting their day jobs to make money on greyhound racing. It's for the love of the sport than what the dogs love to do.
Pride of seeing your dog run for the sheer joy. It really is. It's amazing to see. And when she kind of gets jumbled and stuff, you take a step back because, there's a bit of worry about is she going to hurt herself. I always say safe and fun.
Right.
I
Well,
don't really care about the fast. It's safe and fun for me.
Right. We all know that the injury rate is about 0.2%. So.
But the injury rate is very minimal. I watch the races just about every day. And the amount of dogs that fall and jump right back up, and the announcers always say, all dogs are up and running. Well, a dog's not going to go up and run if it's hurt. It
Right.
can't.
Right.
So if you listen to the races, you can hear they're not getting hurt. They're running. Everybody's crossing the finish line. And I can tell you, since I adopted Yodel, since I purchased Yodel, they run fine. There's not crazy every 3 days a dog is dying at the track. I don't see it.
Right.
From this particular track, I don't see it.
Right. Yeah, and even if you use the statistics that the animal terrorists use, and yes, I'm not calling them animal rights anymore. They are animal terrorists, and then we're going to call a spade, and that's basically my prerogative to call them terrorists if I want. If anybody's offended, I really don't give a damn. But when they put out the statistics of the dogs that had passed away over a 4 or 5 year period, it actually only worked out to about 1 in 5, and half of those weren't even dying from racing. Half of them were from others. And if you take I'm sure a lot of people who've worked in adoption for a long time can attest to the fact that the injury and death rate at home from accidents and not natural is probably about 3 or 4 times more than at the track where these dogs are getting professional care.
I realized back in probably 99, maybe 2000, I used to let my dogs run in a fenced-in field. And it was a ball field, so they had this netting up at one point that wasn't there the last time, and I let the 3 girls go. And my Excel, who was my third dog that I had adopted, she ran right into the line. Didn't even see it. A track is the safest place for a dog to run.
Right.
That's in my eyes. I won't let them run in fields anymore. After that she could have broken her neck.
Absolutely.
They can run in the yard a little bit. We have a small yard. I live in Staten Island. It's a small area. We don't have big property, but I can monitor them, and I know what's in the yard. But fenced-in field, dog fields, if there's dog parks, you won't get me to bring a dog into a dog park.
Right.
That's a danger. I'd rather see them run at the track, enjoy themselves when they're young, and then walk them and retire them. And they can find tricks to find ways to run in my house. Amazingly enough, and that's as safe as it's going to be.
Okay, for anybody who wants to know Chris's story and those of other owners, you can get yourself educated at www.keepgreyhoundsracing.org and click on the owners right here. I'm sort of flashing it over here on the screen, the owners, and there's Chris's profile there that I have up. But we have Skip Potter up there, Pamela and Matt and Denise Shumitz. So you run into somebody who's not sure about the sport, send them over to this website because we've worked hard on this. There's going to be more stuff in there. Dennis McKeon's blog is on there, and a whole bunch of other, educational stuff. Chris, hey, it was great talking to you. I don't think we've ever talked in person before.
No, I don't think
We've
so.
corresponded over the internet, and this was great to have you on the show tonight. And like I say, people who may not know a lot about the sport may stumble across this, and this just may open up some eyes, and finally people tell the truth, and that's what we're trying to do. So I thank you very much for taking time out of your Saturday night, and have a great rest of your weekend. All right, Chris, thanks.
You take care.
Thanks, you
Bye-bye.
too. Bye. All right, guys, there you have it. Chris Metz, owner of Flat Chat Cuppa. So the poll's already out, but let's get to the compilation. I felt that that interview was most important and needed to be done. And I'm looking for others. We're going to make this hopefully a regular Saturday night affair here. And so let's take a look at the Week 11 dogs in the finals
Turning
here.
it for the wire. Yodel, a.k.a. Flat Chat Cuppa, has outclassed this field. Around the Trinidad for the wire. It's still Flat Chat Couple. Here comes the 6. Yodel hangs on for 2 in a row.
All right, so again, the vote this week is for
Calaroos
Yodel.
inching closer. Three's getting involved. 2 pokes and nose in front. Three's flying down on the rail, but the deuce has enough left. Kanga Kalanaroo.
Kanga Kalanaroo.
Moves up on the inside. 4, 7.
And the dead heat between WW's Malort and Oh Yeah Peanut, which was a dead heat race, so they both came in first, so they are both on the vote. Get this back here. All right, we ran a little long this week, but that's okay. I think that it's a great interview. Once again, thanks to Chris Metz for taking 15-20 minutes of her Saturday night to tell us a little about herself as far as the transition from adoption to actually owning a racer. And we, like I say, we hope to have many more. We're going to do different. We're going to try and get some trainers on the phone. I may do some pre-recorded interviews to play on Saturday night. But other than that, go out and spread the word. Go vote for the 4. And what we're going to do is once we get 20 dogs, we're going to do the playoffs. And then because I know some of these may be retiring early, so we want to get everybody who we've run in there a shot, and then maybe we'll just do like a first half winner, a second half winner, and hope that they're still around racing at the end of the year. But once again, don't forget to go donate at overturn13.org. The auction was a huge success thanks to people like Chris and everybody who donated, everybody who bid. We're getting money in there for the war chest because $35,000, $40,000 with lawyers is going to go relatively quick. And so fundraisers will be going on. We may do some live stuff and maybe putting up some billboards to try and get some outside donations. We've got a lot of people outside the Greyhound industry in other animal sports jobs coming in with money. And once the federal suit is filed, I think that that publicity will only strengthen the move, because this is not just about the Greyhounds, okay? It's about the Greyhounds right now, because the biggest shot in the gut to these animal terrorists is going to be if they lose in court. And I'll address this only for a couple seconds. There's another person running their mouth about what they think this suit's about and what it'll do. It's pretty funny that that person has no clue as to what our lawyers are, and I'm sorry. I'll take the word of a constitutional lawyer who's been there, done that, to somebody who's never been there and never done that and never got off their ass to do a goddamn thing. And that's the bottom line, because I said so. So once again, vote, donate, support, and have a good weekend, everybody.